We're on the last page of the 2-in-A lesson. We're looking at kind of one problem, even though it says 6, 7, and probably 8. It's all the same problem. We're going to examine the model to the right and write the equation that the model represents. This is my equal sign. All right, and these things, if you remember, these were groups. And I have, in fact, 3 groups. So my equation is going to be 3 groups times, or 3 of, and each group has an x and a -1 unit tile. So it's 3 parentheses x plus -1, because each one of these only has 1 x and 1 shaded unit tile, equals 9. All right, next, because when I scroll this up, I'm not going to be able to see my equation. I'm going to copy my equation here, even though I'm going to start with the tiles. All right, there it is. And now I'm going to start with redrawing what was drawn. And maybe also thinking about or noticing, predicting what's going to happen. Noticing that this one also had something a little different. It had groups. All right, so there is my model. Well, if I don't know what to do with the tiles, but for some reason I know what to do algebraically, sort of like in the other videos, I can use these to kind of help with the one that I'm uncertain of. And if I look at this, I remember from module 1 that I distribute. So in fact, the first thing that we're going to do with the tiles is undo groups. We'll put or distribute. That means the same thing. So when we draw this, we're basically going to draw the same thing, just no groups. All right, so not much changed. Then step 2, feel free to pause the video if you're still drawing, and also a good opportunity to just double check that you drew everything that you wanted to draw or that was up in this drawing. Okay, I think we got it all. Let's also skip to the bottom. We know that the answer to this is going to look like this. And then let's go up. We also know that this needs to be this step, so we can kind of work forwards and backwards. We need to basically get these x's alone. Isolate x. So I need to think about a step that I could do here to get rid of these tiles, because I don't see any 0 pairs on the same side. I cannot cancel these unit tiles currently. They're on different sides of the river. All right, so I need to actually move these somehow. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to make 0 pairs. So I'm going to draw the opposite of these every time I'm going to do this step. Maybe very rarely I won't if it doesn't need it for some reason. And then I'm going to cancel these. Nothing cancels there. So I drew the opposite, and then I had to do the same thing on the other side to be fair. So we add 3 positive unit tiles on both sides of the equal sign. Step 3, we also did cancel 0 pairs. Feel free to pause right here if you're still doing this, as I'm getting ready to move on to step 4. So step 4, I'm going to draw a lot of unit tiles. Looks like, in fact, I'm drawing a total of 12. All right, and now we can also flip back in our module and look at the step before. This step was always make groups. We're going to make, and the groups is equal to the number of rods, make 3 equal groups on both sides of the equal sign. 3 equal groups. So I'm just going to circle one rod in each group. And this side, if I can't make 3 equal groups, I did something wrong. But in fact, I just happened to draw them. I don't know that I meant to do this, so that I can get 4 in each one. All right. And that also now tells me my answer is 4. So step 5, x equals 4. Now we're going to go back to the top, where you're going to pause if you're not ready, and we're going to do the algebraic way, which is the same way, although it might feel different at times. And I'm going to draw in my boundary line here. All right, so step 1 was we distributed or undid our groups, and we had 3x plus 3 times -1 is -3 equals 9. All right. Next step was we added +3 on each side. So we're going to do +3 and +3. Notice how I'm lining them up. These cancel. I'm going to draw a line, and I have 3x equals 12. 12 because we got 12 here. So now we add 3x equals 12. We're just doing the same steps. It's not cheating if you did the work and you're just looking over there to check or help. All right, and in fact, we're kind of checking our work because we should be getting the same thing. All right, then we made 3 groups. That means we divided amongst 3 people or groups, and we got x equals 4. All right, and then we're going to go to the verify or the evaluate. Feel free to pause if you're not ready. So our original equation was 3 parentheses x plus -1 equals 9. And our answer was x equals 4. And I like this boundary line still. I'm going to put an equals 9 a bunch of times. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 3 parentheses blank plus -1, close parentheses. So in place of x, I'm going to put a 4. All right, next step is 3 parentheses 4 plus -1 is 3. I'm not doing distributive there. And 3 times 3 is 9. That's what we're after. 2 equal numbers, but our answer is still x equals 4. All right, and that was our verify.